Record myself. So, hello and welcome to Spiritual Success. I had a little brain fart the other week about how stressed everybody can feel on the run up to Christmas. And I thought I'd just pop something together to help people have a few really easy tools that you can use pretty much anywhere to help you to stay connected to your intuition, to stay grounded, to just a few different things. Being out to work, what did that say? I'm a bugger for reading messages, so I need to stop and read them at the end. So how this is going to work, I've got some beautiful slides for you. I'm going to take you on a little journey and, like I say, give you some beautiful tools to help you get through Christmas, but also to share something that it just makes me want to peek at it everywhere. So to be completely transparent, my Embodying You course is just my absolute baby and I'm so excited about it. So at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And if you want to stay, you can stay. That'd be amazing. So let me stop waffling and get going. Right. Oh, share my screen. Right. Can everybody see that okay? Yay! If it doesn't move, please tell me because I've done a workshop before and I've been chattering away and then people are like, oh, it's it hasn't moved from the first slide. And I was like, fucking hell, spent ages doing them as well. Oh, it's all gone discombobulated. Do you know what? We're just gonna let it be what it is. Spiritual success all over me face. Why not? Let's just make it big because we love a big one. Okay. So there'll be a reason that you're here. One of the things that I probably put on the posts will have resonated with you, how you're feeling like you need a little bit of you time, or you're stressed, or you feel like you're doing all the things, but you're still burning out, or you're still ending up in this like little loop. Just let me take this watch off because I'll get distracted. So I've put this together because I've seen so many successful women constantly burning out, and a lot of them are my close friends, and then they just do it all again, or their bodies force them to rest because it puts them on their arse basically because they're not listening to the signs. And sometimes we don't know the signs until the right sort of sitting on our face, and then we do it all again. So this was the loop that I was in, and I'll come on to that in a bit, but my coping mechanisms weren't what they are today. But it doesn't need to be like this. So I spent like the first 35 years of my life people pleasing, having no boundaries and just getting sick all the time because I never listened to my body. I was anxious, I was overwhelmed, I felt lost. I was scared of everything actually. I never did anything that scared me because I was just too frightened. Like I wanted to start my own business for years, but I was told it was too big and it was too scary and all these things. And um, but I felt really, really alone as well. And I know the consequences of not connecting to yourself on a spiritual level. And for me, it was trying to numb out the stress with alcohol and drugs for a long time, for about 2 or 3 decades. And spirituality to me, just to be clear from the start, means who you are at a soul level. We're conditioned from tiny little humans, aren't we, to move through our life doing as we're told and being a good girl, and we need to do this and this, and we go to school and then we go to university and then we get a good job, then we get married, then we have kids, and that's like what we're told to do, but that's not what everybody wants to do, and sometimes it doesn't happen that way for people either. um so yeah, I didn't know how to manage my stress or even start to heal from all the shit that I was carrying. And once I opened Pandora's box, holy shit balls, it was just like never ending, and it still is. But I'm really grateful that I've got the tools now to hold myself safe. Like, I don't know if anyone else has felt this. The energy this week, oh my fucking God, felt like I wanted to get in and out the cupboard and then get back in to the right to the back with the box on my head and just stay there and be like, what the fuck is going on? Everything was dysregulated. I didn't know what was happening. And then I put it out there. I was like, is anyone else feeling like this? And everyone was like, yeah, me. The Schumann resonance, which is the Earth's frequency, has been off the scale. There's Mars and Mercury are in the microwave or retrograde, whichever one you want to call it. So they're kicking each other's asses. And then we've got like Christmas and all these other things. So it's just a big shit show. So know that it's okay. if you feel like your head's falling off at the moment, because it's probably not your fault and there might not even be anything going on. Well, let me just. Okay, there we go. There's me tied to a tree with a squirrel on my head because that's how I felt. Like I was trapped, like I was doing everything for everybody else. I didn't know how to say no or yes sometimes. And I just was, like I say, managing my stress with alcohol and drugs. So I'm obsessed with spirituality. If you know me or you're in my world, you know I love the woo and I love it so much because it's changed my life. I'm so passionate about helping other people tap into these little tools. Um, because I think for a long time I thought it had to be this big sort of epiphany thing that changed my life, but actually what it is loads of little things and they're so simple and a lot of them feel really magic and just make me dead excited. And I am, again, if you know me, I dress up as a squirrel. I love having fun. It's a massive part of my business, my life. I just think life's too short. And again, if you know my story, um, I lost my mum and my dad very, very close together, and that really shook it up my arse. And I was like, oh my God, what am I waiting for? So it's been the absolute game changer for me, and it's been my anchor. Um, through all the chaos, especially with my ADHD, because it's taught me how to channel all that like creative, squirrely energy into something magical. So I've found it as my superpower, but it's helped me to reconnect with my intuition as well and just helped me to trust myself because a lot of the time when people ask us what we want to do, we think about them first. Well, what would they want me to do? And actually it's not about them, it's about us, and sometimes we don't know the answer. So hopefully some of these things today are going to help you to sort of go deeper and reconnect, because the biggest thing that changed for me was I decided to start making decisions for myself, and when I did that, everything changed because I was telling everybody everything, and some of the people were pissing all over my bonfire. And I was like, why am I telling those people those things when they don't get it? So we need to find our tribe. We need to find our safe circle of people. And again, I'm going to come on to this at the end, but this is why I'm so fucking passionate about embodying you. Okay. What else do I need to tell you? Yeah. So about being unapologetically and authentically myself as well, because the more I've shown all my weirdness, like dressing as a squirrel and stuff like that, and been myself, like me, even my language, that's attracted the right people because I've got rid of all the worry and all the what will other people think. So this has helped me to shit like how can I explain it? Like shed layers of who I thought I had to be to who I actually was. So I work with women mainly. I help them to shift their blocks, heal their trauma, and reframe any shitty limiting beliefs so that they can trust themselves and make decisions that feel right for them, even if it makes them want to shit themselves, and live a life that feels exciting as fuck and that they absolutely love. Okay. So in this workshop, I'm going to share with you some of the things that have helped me to become more self-aware so that I can notice how I feel in the moment, regulate my nervous system if I need to, stop losing my shit, raise my vibe, and grow my business without burning out. So, yeah, the universe threw a lot of turds at me. And sometimes you're like, okay, well, what is this showing me? Have you ever had a moment when something really bad's happened and then you go, actually, this is a really good thing because it's just shown me this. So I welcome the turds sometimes. I don't want them all the time, but the odd one every now and again, it just wakes you up a little bit. Okay. So is this you? I would love for you to just take a minute and comment in the chat if any of these resonate with you. You could be struggling with reoccurring burnout. It might be that you can't make decisions. It could be that you feel misaligned or disconnected. So I'm just going to touch on these a little bit more. So struggling with reoccurring burnout, like you don't know how to get out of the loop. It feels like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle and you push through and then you crash again and then you recover and then start all over again. And you're just exhausted and fucked off because you don't know how to get out of the loop. And then the feeling misaligned or disconnected, this was me. You know, when you know there's something and you can feel there's this like sparkly energy inside you waiting to connect to the right thing, but you just can't find it. That was me for so long. And I was squashed a lot as well because I was in loads of narcissistic relationships. But feeling misaligned or disconnected, it's that heavy, unsettling sense where nothing clicks. It's like you're out of sync with yourself, your work, you're out of sync with that as well. You've got no purpose. It's just that complete disconnect. So no matter what you do, it doesn't feel right. You can't make a decision. This was me for so many years. I couldn't make a decision. I'd ask everybody else, and sometimes I'd ask the wrong people, and they'd give me their advice, and then I'd do it because I'd think they were better than me or they knew me better, and then I'd end up doing the wrong thing. So sorry if you can hear that banging. I'm really trying hard to concentrate. You can't hear it. Oh, that's good. Um, so it can feel like you're stuck in a scatty mental tug of war. Can I just ask everybody to check the room, please? I know there's a few people that have come in. I can't find anyone. I'll just let you mute. Thank you. And you know that you need to make a decision because it's really important, but you second guess yourself, you overthink all the itty bitty little details, you're looking at everything from every angle, and you're just gonna. Oh, I've got 10 comments. Struggle to make decisions and feeling meh. I get overwhelmed a lot. I feel all of these on a daily basis, says Jamie. Yeah. And when I get through a day, I feel like you've achieved. Yeah. I'm constantly feeling overwhelmed until I started working with you. This was me. Oh, Faith, hi. I'm going to see you this afternoon. I'm going to squish you. You've helped me with the tools I need and helped me find magic in me to share with others. That's just making me want to cry. Thank you. So, all of these things. Um, oh, and you, when you're making decisions, I've just put that this doubt often comes from wanting to please other people. Pe Hands up, people pleasers in the house. I can't see everybody, but I used to be one massively and put everybody else before myself. Um, any perfectionists in the house? Anyone can't do anything till it's perfect. But we know perfection doesn't exist, doesn't it? And if you write the word down, imperfection, and draw a line after the M, it says I'm perfection. And I just love that. But what really matters is staying aligned with your gut and your bigger vision. So trusting that when someone asks you a question, we feel it in our energy first, but then our brain takes over because we've been taught our whole lives to think things through. Um, so helping you to trust yourself as well. Feeling lost and overwhelmed can show up as snapping at your kids or loved ones over the smallest things. You feel on edge, you feel irritable, and then it all just comes out when you don't mean it to. It can be that straw that breaks the camel's back, can't it? Okay, let me just go back to here. So the other things that you might be struggling with is you might not feel like there's any joy in your life. You just might feel a bit meh and a bit pissed off, like you've lost your sparkle and things feel forced, or you could be relying on I put external metrics of success because that's the only way I could sort of summarize it. But things like how many followers you've got for anyone that's in the online space, how many likes, recognition. You can be constantly chasing that validation from external sources, basically. You hit a goal, but then there's always another one, leaving a little space to actually enjoy what you've done. Anyone else do that? Finish something that's fucking amazing, then go, oh yeah, next. You don't ever sort of allow yourself to have that gratitude. Um, and this can pull you away from your why because we get lost and we get caught up in all of the shit that other people are chatting as well, especially if we're scrolling on Facebook, we can get sucked into that. And true success isn't about numbers, is it? It's about joy and impact and helping other people and doing the things that really light us up. And it's like, does this feel good and am I making a difference? And are you proud of the things that you've done so far? Like, what are you doing in your life? And then focus on those little things. Um, you might get people that say nice things to you every day, and it's those. It just shows that you're having an impact. and this. You know, you are already successful, but without a spiritual foundation, it's like it can be like running on empty, where you're just not filling up your cup. And again, it's with all these little tools, which I'm gonna share with you now. So, introducing my spiritual success strategies. So, the first one, and again, if you know me, I talk about this all the time, self-awareness and embodying intuition. So, intuition is like your internal sat nav for making decisions. It cuts through the noise of overthinking and points you in the direction that feels right. And it just does, doesn't it? When you let your intuition guide you, you stop getting stuck in the endless like what ifs, or you trying to weigh up every single situation. Well, what about that? Or what about this? You just know when someone asks you if it's like a yes or a no, when we tap into our energy instead of our head. And we can really lean into what aligns with us when we you know what we know. But if we've been overthinking for a long time, or we're you know we're in we might be in a narcissistic environment, or we might be people pleasing still, or we're just in that space where we've come out of something that we've been in for a long time. You know, like I was in corporate for God 20 years and then come out and I was like, fucking hell, what am I doing? And it's like finding yourself again, isn't it? So it's not about ignoring logic though. Can I just say, for all the people who do like intuition is not that. It's about balancing what feels right on a deeper level. And sometimes the best decisions don't come from spreadsheets or advice from other people, but from that little internal nudge, that little quiet sacral yes, where your body actually moves, you know, forwards. Does anyone else use their intuition? You can just drop me like a little heart or something in the chat just to let me know if that's something that you're already practicing, or something that, you know, you want to tap into a little bit more. And the beauty of intuition is it takes away the stress of trying to make the perfect choice, because it's not about perfection, it's about alignment, and it's about what feels right for you. And you know, if we keep our blinkers on and we just look forward to all the things that we really love, our life will be full of joy. But we get so distracted by all these things. Are we enough? And should I have that Gucci handbag? And what should my shoes be? And how much money should I have in my bank? And the bloody 10K month thing. It's soul destroying. Like, what is it even for? Life is so much more than this. Let's just see what we've got. Yay, I need to have more faith in it. Yes, 1,000,000%. And that just takes practice. That's like, it's like a trust muscle, your intuition, and then all of a sudden it's really fucking loud and you can't not hear it because it's going, stop! And you're like, oh shit. Whereas you've had to like look for the answers. And the other thing with this is, even if things don't go to plan, your intuition still guides you, because sometimes, this is what I believe, the universe wants us to have experiences, or that we might have a goal, or we might be going forwards towards something, but there's just a little thing that we need to learn or experience before we're allowed to move on to the next step. So it's like, here, come off this path, experience this little in a turmoil shit thing, amazing thing, whatever, and then get back on your path. And you're like, oh, okay, now I feel even more ready because I've got these tools, blah, blah, blah. Um, and if we can just learn to tune in and tap into what we feel, everything changes. Like I say, it's fucking noisy out there, isn't it? I don't know about you, I have to tie a rope around my waist when I go on Facebook because it's like I get sucked into the vortex. Okay, I don't know where you're at right now, but I want you to do a little exercise with me. So if you can stand up, stand up. And if you can't and you're sitting down somewhere, you can do this sitting down, but it's better if you stand up. Has anyone here heard of the human compass? You might have used it before. Just give me a little heart if you've heard about it. Um, okay. So stand up if you can. Place your feet hip width apart. Okay. Should try and do this with you, but you'll see the building site outside. Okay, so I just want you to ground your feet onto the earth or onto the floor. And I just want you to take some slow breaths so that you're just connecting into your body. So you're feeling into your feet. You're just slowing everything down for a minute. So big, slow, deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Just one or two. We're not doing this for long. Okay, now I want you to think of something positive or something that you know is true. So it could be like, my name is Nikki, or I love after 8 minutes, or something like that. And I just want you to notice what happens to your body. So it might start to lean in a certain direction. It could be forwards. And what that means is that that is your yes. So as you're leaning forwards, like, I love after 8 minutes. Yes, I fucking do. My body knows it. Pulling me forwards. And then say something once you've done that and you've got that as your yes, your positive. Think about something that isn't very positive for you, or something that you know isn't true. Like, I don't want to go and pick up all the dog turds out the garden this afternoon. Yeah. Or I am called Barry. There we go. That's a better one. I am called, no, I'm not called Barry. So I'm being pulled backwards so I can feel that it's like behind me heart. Like, I've got a little pair of reins on. I'm a baby and I'm being pulled back. So that is your no. And at any time, if you're struggling to make a decision, you can just stand in your energy and ask yourself the question. And it's got to be a yes, no question, really. So if you can make it into that, then you can lean forwards and lean back into it. But that's something that I do all the time, just to tap in to my intuition. And this is something that can just help you to stay connected, to start trusting your energy. And then as you go forwards and people ask you things, you'll get that instant feeling, and it can just help you connect more to your intuition. There's so much more about intuition, though. Has anyone heard of clairsenses? There's all different types of clairsenses. So we've got clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, and it's how we pick up messages. So sometimes when I'm with a client, I'll see something and then I'll hear something and I'll get a message, and sometimes they come in together. Sometimes I'll just know and I'll feel like I need to say something to them, and I just know that I need to say it. Say what we've got in there. Okay, amazing. Okay, so that's my little intuition fave that I do all the time. This second one is something that I absolutely love. There's Sid in the grass down there. So a grounding exercise. So we try and juggle a million things all the time, don't we? We've got a business or we haven't. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed and stressed and disconnected. And that's why grounding's so powerful. And it's like hitting a reset button. So when we're all scattered and we're all over the place, grounding just brings us back to the moment, to our present self. It helps us to regulate our nervous system, which switches back on our thinking part of our brain. Because when we're stressed, our thinking part of our brain just switches off. It's like, fuck this, we need to just be looking out for danger. What's going on? So all the little clever parts of our brain, I like to think of all they've got little white coats on and they climb up a ladder and then they pull the ladder up, and then there's all the security guards at the bottom just looking around, but they don't really think, they just react. And then when it's all calmed down, down pops the ladder and all the little clever people come down again. So um yeah, it brings you from your head back into your body. So when you feel like you're about to explode because your squirrels are going fucking mental, grounding is your tool. If you can get outside with your bare feet on the grass, on the sand, on the soil, concrete works as well. It just doesn't work on wood or plastic because they're not energy conductors. But if you can go outside just for a minute, we got fake grass years ago before I knew all about this. The magic of grass and earth. We got rid of ours, so I have to go out the front or over to a place called the Breck, which is like a little forest over the road. So I do this as much as I can because it's really quick, it's really simple. Sometimes if I've had a difficult call with a client, I'll go outside and I'll like ground myself and I'll just take some breaths, even though I've got this beautiful monstrosity outside. I've got a building site outside my house, which is just, that's a whole nother story. So go outside, feel your feet on the grass. It's gorgeous to do if there's a frost. I know that sounds a bit like sadistic, but having that real coldness on your feet, and there's loads of benefits to cold as well, isn't it? But again, that's another story. So standing up nice and straight, feet hip width apart, and just close your eyes if you can. And then just slow breathing. So breathing in through your nose for the count of 4, holding for 4, and then breathing out your mouth for the count of 6. And just as you're breathing in, imagine the earth's energy coming up through your feet, coming up through your body and filling it with calm and balance. And then as you're breathing out, releasing any stress or tension. And you can do this inside as well if you are quite a visual person, and you can visualize roots coming out the soles of your feet. You can just sit and so I could do it now. I'm sitting on the bed with my legs crossed, but I could imagine roots coming down, going through the floor, going into the earth, wrapping around the core of Mother Earth. And as I'm breathing in, she gives me all that gorgeous, sparkly energy. And as I'm breathing out, I give her all my shit. And she loves it. I love doing it on frost. I've struggled with cold hands and feet, but actually my feet didn't get any colder and actually warmed up when I came back inside. That's amazing. And it just shows you, doesn't it, when we try these different things. Grounding has got so many benefits. It lowers our cortisol levels. How amazing is that? That's like when we're in fight or flight for a long time and we produce adrenaline, we eventually produce cortisol, and that's what creates, it's the stress hormone. It can make us really, really sick. Overproduction of cortisol shuts our cells down. So if you're stressed a lot, if you can even go outside for 2 minutes every day and put your feet on the grass or the earth or whatever, or go for a walk with the dog in your sliders and take them off in the park, watch out for dog bombs, but I've done that before, which is really, it's a whole nother story, but really horrendous. Boosts focus, calms mental chaos so you can think clearly, because if you breathe in, you're regulating your nervous system. And I don't know if you know this, just a little bit of science. When we go through the day just shallow breathing, because we want to stay in fight or flight, or our body wants us to, just in case we need to run or rush, or a polar bear runs through the house or something like that, and we're like, we need to leg it. So when we stop and take big, slow breaths, right at the bottom of our lungs is these little receptors. And when we breathe deeply and we stimulate these like little receptors, it goes, fucking hell, she's breathing deep. She must be really calm and chilled. And it sends a message to our brain, and our brain goes, okay, on it, presses a little button, and we produce oxytocin and serotonin and all the happy hormones. So just by slowing down your breath, I think it's 90 seconds it takes of slow breathing. But this really helps me at night as well if I can't sleep, if my squirrels are there. If I can I try and do 2 breaths a minute. So I breathe in, I hold it for as long as I can, and then I breathe out as slow as I can through a tiny little space. And then eventually I've lowered my blood pressure and my heart rate and I'm asleep. For anyone that's got any sort of autoimmune diseases or anything like that, grounding reduces inflammation, helps decrease physical tension and inflammation. This is all just from 2 minutes putting your feet on the grass, by the way. How fucking amazing is this? Improves your energy, it restores balance to your nervous system, making you feel recharged. And there's so many other things as well. It helps with sleep, it helps with heart health, the stress reduction that happens when we're doing it. Um, best part is like it's free. It doesn't cost anything. We spend all these thousands of pounds every year on things and creams and all that, but actually we've got all the tools just around us sometimes. Our breath, and our mindset is the biggest thing, isn't it? Which is I'm gonna come on to now. Gratitude. If anyone did my Spiritually Rich in November, you'll know the power of gratitude. Like the shifts that the women had inside that space were just unbelievable. And it was just every day focusing on, believing and aligning and practicing gratitude. And it was because you can't manifest from a state of lack. So sometimes when you're feeling really low and shitty, and you go, oh, I am a millionaire, or I'm abundant, or I am, open to receiving, it doesn't go off because your energy is not aligned, and it's our energy that puts all of this out into the universe. If you think about your energy, like attracts like, doesn't it, with the law of attraction? So what we put out, we get back. So if we're trying to tell the universe that we want all this money, but we're in a state of lack, It's like you can't hold that. You're in this state of lack. What you messing around for? Like, so we need to bring ourselves into this state of like gratitude raises your vibration. It's one of the highest frequencies that we can be at, basically. Um, and this gratitude literally changes your brain. Neuroscience shows that practicing gratitude activates the part of your brain responsible for happiness and connection. How beautiful is that? It reduces stress and anxiety by lowering cortisol levels. Just wow, like just from practicing gratitude. And listen to this. People who practice daily gratitude report a 25% increase of happiness. That's like really, really high. Studies show that gratitude boosts physical health, with participants I can't speak, reporting fewer aches and better sleep. And business owners who practice gratitude often experience a higher level of creativity. Maybe that's why I've got so many squirrels, and are more likely to take action towards their goals. What if we chose, like in Spiritually Rich, we played the what if game a lot. Um, and it's what if today is the best day of your life? What if I win the £500,000 off the radio that I've entered? What if those extra 50 tickets that I bought, because I know the money goes to a good cause, it's like if it's one of them, and I've got this money, I can buy my brother a house. So me and my brother have got a house. What if I can pay for my dad in his home? You know, what if we get to go to the Maldives for Mikey's birthday? What if I could donate some to charity? What if, and it's like all that excitement just playing the what if game makes you pee glitter everywhere. So that's another little thing that you can do just for fun, and play it with your kids if you've got kids. Oh my God, it's so cute. You know, what if all the toys in the shop were free? What if I had 17 rabbits? What if I had this computer? What if I, and they just get dead excited. It's really gorgeous. Okay, so just want you to take a little minute and do this with me. And you can put it in the chat if you want, or you can keep it for yourself. But I want you to list 3 things that you're grateful for in your life or your business right now. But I want you to be specific. So, for example, I'm grateful my family is healthy and we are safe. I'm grateful for the clients who trust me with their journey. I'm grateful for the freedom to create a business that feels like mine. So, as you're writing your gratitude things, and remember, you can't get it wrong because it's yours. So don't overthink it. It could be that you're grateful that you've got socks on with kittens on. It could be that you're grateful for your cup of tea. It could be that you're grateful that you got your first client. It can be anything at all, you know, for the work you do, for anything, just whatever it is. But I want you to notice when you're writing it how this feels in your body. You might get that warm, I get like a warm feeling that like oozes across my chest and into my shoulders. Say, oh my God, it was amazing. Did the cinnamon spa yesterday? Yes, just wow, so beautiful. Oh, my son did it to me last night. I love that. I'm truly blessed to be featured in Good Housekeeping because I know more people will get to know. Yes, I'm truly blessed that I have continued to have meetings with the people I have BTS because it shows, yes, amazing. I'm grateful that as hard as my day can feel, it's mine. Amazing. Warm, fuzzy feelings, the best in the world. Thank you for sharing that. I just love it. So this is why gratitude has just changed my life. That's my absolute go-to. Oh, we've got another one, let's see. I'm grateful for the steady flow of income, a warm house, the business I've built that supports me now. So fucking grateful, and that I'm surrounded by more authentic people in my life. Yes, yes, yes. I'm grateful for the reconnection to myself and my children. Yes. Oh my God, how gorgeous. And you can keep going with these. You don't just need to do 3, you know. And I was talking to someone the other day about journaling. Oh, Caroline, you and your quiche. I fucking love quiche. I'm having an issue with eggs at the moment. So again, that's another story, but I can't have quiche. I'm grateful I made quiche yesterday so I don't have to cook today. Grateful for my cat and his loving snuggles. Grateful for my business that I can do this call in bed. Yes, I do 10 a day. Amazing. It's just amazing, isn't it? I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, journaling. So someone was saying about how they've got like a special journal and they didn't want to write in it, and it's sort of put them off from doing things. But if you do struggle with that and you don't want to like mess your book up, just get a piece of paper. I've written stuff on the back of co-op receipts before now when I've just needed to get something out my head. But gratitude, like if you can keep a gratitude diary and just every day write down what you're grateful for. Like I go to bed with my hand on me heart and my hand on my belly, and I just think about all the things that have been amazing throughout the day and replay them in my mind. I'm grateful to feel healthy right now. Amazing. I'm grateful I have a computer and I could do this today. Yay! I'm grateful for all of you being here. I am fucking blown away that there's so many of you here. I'm just absolutely honoured. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so where's my little piece of paper gone? There it is. So the best part, gratitude shifts your energy, and when you're grateful for what you have, you stop focusing on what's missing. And that shift attracts more abundance because you're in alignment with what you truly want. And again, I'm talking about the Spiritually Rich program a lot. It starts again in January, by the way, if anyone wants to jump in. It's a 30-day container of manifesting and abundance, and it's just loads of fun. But I put a link in there to a book called The Having. And it's all about how when we practice having, which is like in this moment, so I have this computer, I can do this, I have a cup of tea right now, I have the money, you know, to buy Daisy a Mackey's and a Starbucks because it's Starbucks Friday later on. I have, and the more we talk about having, the more we're in that energy of abundance. So it's just really gorgeous, and that's like the law of attraction and how we call in things. I'm sure I've just seen something then. Oh, there we go. So what's next for you? So if this has floated your boat and got you thinking about some of the things going on in your life, I've got something that allows you to go deeper. And I know there's quite a few ladies here that are already in it. So thank you so much. Um, And this is something that can help you embody all of these feelings and create the long-term success you're looking for. And the reason I've put that is because there's so many courses and different things out there, and you do them and they're not the things that you do. Oh my God, what am I doing here? You're not embodying anything. Um, it takes it's just sort of surface level stuff. So you might learn a few things and then you'll go off and you'll forget about it. But the reason I've created embodying you the way I have is because it's everything that's helped me. It's all of these little beautiful tools and so much more. And the reason it's over 12 months is because it's for the people who are ready to make changes. It's for the people who are fucking pissed off with being stuck in overwhelm and burnout and not making changes, and every year promising themselves that they're going to do all the things. But actually, I'll hold my hand up. I need accountability. I need to be in a space where someone is going to check on me, or it's a safe space for me to go, do you know what? I haven't been here for a few weeks and I've struggled with this, this, and this. And everyone's like, oh my God, I was the same. And it's that sort of safe space. So before I tell you about embodying you, I just want to talk about what happened to one of my clients. So she'd come out of corporate. She'd been there for a really long time, couple of decades. She was a high performance sales manager. Um, she'd had 2 years out and she felt like she'd lost her identity a little bit. And she had no real purpose anymore because she'd been this. I don't know if anyone can resonate with this. When you've worked for corporate and you come out, you have to find you because you've been this face of a brand, especially if it's a well-known brand. Like I worked for Lloyd's Bank, for example, for 15 years. And when it came out, I was like, oh my God, who's Nikki? And it was hard for me to show up as me as well because I didn't know who I was because I'd been so used to doing everything for everybody else. So she just felt like she was floating along, hitting herself with the shitty should stick all the time, shaming herself because she felt like she should be further along than where she was, searching for answers. She just felt frustrated as fuck, basically. She thought she'd be further ahead than what she was, and she felt like she was failing. So she's putting all this pressure on herself, and worrying as well about what other people might think because she'd been this sort of high performing, successful manager, and then now she didn't even know sort of what she was doing, but she knew that there was inner work that needed doing, and that she took the time to do it. Um, and I helped her to open her eyes to get to know herself, because I think the inner journey can feel scary sometimes, and it's that little bit of hand holding that we need, and the accountability, but also to love herself, to accept herself for who she was, and like put herself first, and to realize that she was exactly where she was supposed to be. Because sometimes we look at the destination of where we think we should be, but life is a journey, and we have things happen to us, or for us, sorry, not to us. So a lot of the time when shit's happening or whatever, it's peeling back a bit of a layer, or you know we're always learning things that are unbecoming. Like if you've been in a narcissistic relationship, or you've been people pleasing, or whatever's happened to you, but you're trying to find yourself, it can be really, really hard to have boundaries and put boundaries in place with people, and even to know where to start with stuff like that. And I had a conversation with one of my besties this morning about, sorry, I really needed a drink. I forgot to buy my husband a t-shirt this morning, and he's going on his works do. And it was to go under his new jumper. And he was like, ah, yeah, did you get me t-shirt? And I was like, oh, fuck. No, I forgot. And it was like 11:45. Rewind a couple of years, I'd have moved this session and gone and got him his top and then come back. But I was like, oh, babe, I'm so sorry. Just gonna have to go and get it yourself. And he's got time. And he was like, oh, no probs, But I would never have said that. And I don't know if that'll make sense to everybody, but I would not have been brave enough to say that a couple of years ago. Whereas now I know that this is my priority, and he's himself. And I think with boundaries as well, it's about realizing that we are allowed to say no or things. And that how other people react to us is none of our business. So it's a whole big massive journey, isn't it? But after working with me, like, these are some of the quotes that she said, like, Nikki transformed my life. Oh, I've got a typo. Nikki gave me the practical tools to manage my stress and my triggers. Your positivity is infectious. I'll let you read them. Now she knows what she wants her life to look like. She's got the confidence to take the scary steps, because she's got the tools to manage her stress and manage her triggers. Um, she would never have dreamed that she could say yes to these things before. She feels empowered. And she's got the tools to reflect and regulate, and to create space, because sometimes we need to just go inwards a little bit. And there's so much pressure on doing, isn't there, when actually as women, we have a cycle. We need to go with that cycle. Some days we want to be seen. Like, I'm in my spring at the moment, which is the perfect time to do a workshop. Give me another 2 weeks when I'm in my winter, I'll want to just wrap myself in a burrito and watch Derry Girls with some treatments, you know. But I allow myself to do that. It's so important. Um, and this client as well, stress is so important, because again, like I was saying, overproduction of cortisol shuts down our cells regeneration process. But if you've already got an autoimmune disease and you're stressed, you really need to learn some tools that work for you. Because if you don't start doing the inner work and embodying some of the tools, you'll have success, but it won't be long lived, because you'll just keep burning out and burning out. And embodying you is everything that's helped me. And now it's helping me to help other people. So I've been in the online space for about since 2020. I've done all sorts of different courses, and I just love it. For anyone that loves human design, I'm a manifesting generator. I have ADHD. I'm a spiritual squirrel. I love having loads of ideas, and I'm just all over the place. But what I've done with embodying you is I've put everything into one space, so that it's all in there, and it's a beautiful 12-month embodiment program, which is, there's quite a few of you in here already. So it's about, for me, understanding spirituality, it's about creating a container within yourself to hold all of the energy that you need to hold, to feel safe, to feel grounded, and to feel connected with yourself so that you trust your soul, so that you know what it is that you want. Like that little fire in your belly that's making your bum twitch. That's what you're supposed to feel every single day. And when you're not regulated, your brain switches off. You can't think properly. You can't make decisions. You start looking outside for validation and answers. Um, but with these tools, you can. You've got more capacity to grow in your business because you're slowing down. When you're feeling, because you become self-aware, when the stress kicks in, you're not like pushing through it. You're stopping and you're bringing yourself back and you're like loving the shit out of yourself a little bit and being like, that's okay. You know, I'm just going to create some space. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Um, and you can feel the decisions that you want to make because you trust yourself. So imagine having the tools to like hold yourself in that space of safety and being able to reflect on things because you don't lose your shit. Like we're doing the oh God, I nearly said that word again. We're doing meditation. I always say masturbation, and we're really not doing a whole we're not doing a topic on masturbation, I promise. Um, although that does regulate your nervous system, just saying. But we're doing meditation at the moment, and it's just come at the perfect time. No pun intended, sorry, before Christmas because I'm so sorry. I apologize. Um, because it's time to create space to hear yourself and to slow down and to just what happened for me was when I started meditating. I could hear my own thoughts before they slipped out my gob because I was quite reactive. So I would think something and it would just fall out my mouth. Whereas now I can think it and I'll be like, hang on a minute, that's not what I want to say. It's not going to help anybody by saying that. And also I can catch me thoughts. It's like, I think, does anyone else find this when you start a regular meditation practice, it's like you've got two people in your head. So you've got this person that used to control you and was a bit like your inner bitch all the time, and then this other person pops in and it's like, that's not very nice. And you're like, oh, who are you? And you're like, well, what, how do you want to feel? Well, happy. Okay, we'll think of something happy. Okay. And you start chatting to yourself in your head and you're like, oh my God. And this is where it all happens because, there's no like negative thought. I can't see the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to find it, but my little button won't let me. Oh, there it is. Woohoo. Um, but catching your thoughts is just amazing. Body doubling, yes, Jamie. I do that all the time with poor Narissa. I'm like, hiya, what you doing? Um, for anyone thinking of working with Nikki. Oh, I promise I haven't paid Faith to say that, but thank you so much. I was like this when I was teaching education after 19 years. Yeah. Having you show up in my life has been life changing. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I highly recommend engaging in any of your programs. I can't wait for getting stuck into a body new program. Here's the next stage and phase of me stepping further into my power and true self. You reminded me of who the fuck I was. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. I'm going to cry. Definitely not paid me. Although I might buy some stuff from your shop this afternoon. If anyone lives in Chester, Faith's got a shop called Lee Louise that sells all crystals and everything, and it's just fantastic. So, creating space, you hear yourself think, you can understand what feels right for you because you've got the clarity, which for me, clarity leads to confidence. When I've got clarity, I feel calm. And I feel in control, and then I feel confident and I feel more empowered to do the things, and then I feel motivated to do it, and my whole vibration shifts and I just pea glitter everywhere. Oh my God, I have to turn my plug on. I'm so glad you like Macs tell you when they're going to die. Probably all computers do, but I'm really grateful for that. And there's got to be a masculine and a feminine energy in every business. So like the strategy and the structure and all the courses that we do within our business, that's the masculine. And it's so important because it's the foundations of the business. Like we need to know what to do, but this alone won't work. And if you're doing this all the time and you're not giving anything back to yourself, like you are your business or you are the most important woman in your life. Like there's people that rely on you, you need you, then everything will feel big and hard and and heavy and not fun, and you'll start to feel like you're burning out. Or what happens to most people is they don't listen to the signs, and then their body just shuts them down and forces them to rest. And we pay a lot of money in our business to learn how to do the do. Who here has spent like thousands on courses in their business just doing, yeah, doing the do. But we neglect the being the be. And this is the bit, it's connecting back to our feminine energy. It's because doing nothing's always been associated with like being lazy, and working hard has always been associated with, it's been ingrained into us that you've got to work hard your whole life. You need to go and work hard. And you're like, but actually, sometimes I've made the most money when I've just been in this vibration of flow and I've been having fun. Like coming back from the Jack Canfield event, I had 50 people sign up for my course that week, and I didn't really do anything except talk from the little fire that was lit in my belly and just give out that energy of like, come and play with me, come and have fun. And for anyone that's worked with me, they'll tell you how much fun it is. I don't give a shit. I don't give a massive shit about my clients, but I want it to feel fun. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard if you don't want it to be hard. No, it's supposed to be easy. Sorry, just being crude. This is what Nikki has taught me, lean into my feminine energy. Yeah, and I think when you've been in corporate for a long time as well. I mean, the reason I created the feminine energy guide was because I didn't have any. And all these spiritual tools were helping me to slow down and to lean back. Um, so I've got something for you. If you haven't already gathered, this Embody New program is my everything. It's my baby. It's it's all of that. It's a 12-month program covering all sorts of different topics that will help you to embody who you are. But on top of that, let me just go back. Let me just go back to this. So it starts with energy and the chakras, because it all starts with understanding who you are at that sort of sacred level of like that energetic level. And when you can understand the signs your body's giving you from the inside, you can start to listen, and you can start to regulate, and you can start to realign on a daily basis, because we get thrown tags all the time, don't we? Then it's understanding your human design, which changed my whole life. Understanding that I'm scatty, squirrely, go a million miles an hour, don't think I'm good enough, feel everything. And I've got these magic spidey senses, and I can go and go and go and go. It was like, oh, okay. I'm not broken or weird. This is just who I am on this beautiful blueprint. And then being able to see who my family are has been amazing. Like the boys are projectors, me and Mikey are Manny Gens, Daisy's a manifester. So knowing that the boys need to come in and go to their rooms because they need that downtime. And like Daisy is like Gollum, if you don't make a rest or feed her, she'll have these peaks, and then she'll, oh. So being able to see everyone is amazing. Then we've done meditation. We're in meditation at the moment. We're doing boundaries. And then other things like inner child, looking at triggers. We're going to be doing the law of attraction, manifesting, creating rituals. And it's all of these things that have helped me to embody who I am, let go of shit, choose how I want to feel, have control back in my life and my business. Because it's supposed to feel like fun. Every day is supposed to make you want to peak glitter. All right, some days we don't, depending on where we are in our cycle and what's going on. But when we've got the tools to bring us back, once we've processed the things, like this is everything. So it's not just this 12-month container of embodiment. It's not just that. It's all of my top 5 courses, which is the Human Design Made Simple course, which is worth £222. That will help you to be able to read a human design chart, like a basic one. So to look at it and go, oh, you've got a defined heart. That's what this means. Oh, you've got a defined third eye. Oh, that's what that means. It's got all of that in so that you can find out and embody who you are on that deeper level, and look at your family and your friends, because it's just so interesting. I remember when I first met Narissa, and I did a human design chart, I think within the first 5 minutes, and she was like tearing up. She was like, oh my God, I feel seen. And I was like, yes, because it's just so powerful. Like you can just tell from the chart who people are. It's just amazing. Then the Feminine Energy Guide course, my very, very first course that I put out, one of my signature courses. It wasn't my first, I don't think. It wasn't actually, but it was when I'd done my book. It's all the pillars from my feminine energy guidebook. So if anybody's read that, it's all about that. That's worth 777. You get that as part of the course as well. Lifetime access. Being seen. Oh, it's red there. It was white on the other picture. This course is called Being Seen, and it's all about why we don't show up in business. It's looking at our triggers, it's looking at our limiting beliefs, it's how to overcome them and use our triggers as our tools, and then creating a business that aligns with you. Like, who do you want to be, and how do you want to be seen? That's in there. Trust yourself by design. Again, going deeper into intuition, looking at the clair senses, looking at how to read tarot cards, which we are going to do in Embodying You, all the spiritual tools, and then how to manifest by what human design type you are. The moon, manifesting, and money. If you've signed up for Spiritually Rich in January, you will have got this free, but this is worth £111, and it's all about how we can manifest using moon rituals and how to stay aligned during the whole moon cycle and what we can do. I've got 22 spaces for Embodying You at £97 a month. It's supposed to be 297 a month. If you add up all of those things there, so it's 297 a month. What's that? £3,500 for the Embodying You program. And then you've got another £2,000-ish worth of courses there. So you're already getting £5,000 worth of courses for £97 a month. So if you scan that QR code, that'll take you to the page with all of the information in. And it's an evergreen course, so there'll be bits on there that we've already done, but it's all pre-recorded. It is being done live at the moment because it's my new baby, but it's absolutely fucking everything that I love. So here's the code again, a little bit bigger if you want to scan it and have a little nosy. I would absolutely love to have you inside. The price is going up to 147 a month and then 297. So after the first 22 are gone. But if you've got any questions about anything, or if you've enjoyed today, I'd love to know what your best bits are. And just thank you for being here. I've just loved it. I'm going to stop the share now because I've only been able to see about 3 people's faces. Does anybody have any questions about anything, or anything that they want to share? Any brain farts? Anything about what I've just... And you don't have to. It's fine. Right. I will just say a massive, 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 massive thank you for being here. And like I say, if anyone is interested in joining the course, please just scan the QR code and I will let you in. And yeah. Oh, hi, Ash. I've jumped onto another call. Big love. Oh, yeah. So much love to everyone. Have a beautiful Christmas. And if anyone needs anything, please let me know. But I've had so much fun today, so thank you. See you soon. Bye.